really two camps when it comes to responding to addicted people. Some people say, it's a disease, they can't help it, let's be really patient with them and treat them as victims. And then the other camp says, no, it's their choices that are throwing them in the ditch. They just need to stop it. We really need to meet in the middle on that. We need to recognize that there are physical and there are genetic attributes to addiction, but there's also the need for the will to go through and complete recovery. The two camps need to move to the middle.
There have been many times where I've said to myself, I've got to stop doing this. This is screwing up my life. This is screwing up my relationships. I'm spending all my money. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. And that's 10 o'clock in the morning, and by noon, you're on your way to the liquor store. And when I was saying I am not going to do this today, I was absolutely positively saying the God's honest truth as far as I was concerned. When that thing overtakes you, there's just no defense against it. And there's nothing logical about it. There's no reasonable explanation that you can give somebody. It's only for those who have experienced it that can relate to it, because it really doesn't make sense.
They have found their best way to cope, and it's through numbing it out with heroin or numbing it out with alcohol. Using it as a way to mask, to survive, to cope and handle the pain or the extreme pain that they've dealt with in their life. Once you do that long enough, you start to believe the lies that you tell yourself. You start to believe the lies that it tells you because of the way that it makes you feel. You start trusting your feelings rather than facts. And you move into an area of dependency because now your brain has created a pathway basically saying, I need this to survive. It's no longer fun, it's no longer, it's no longer party, it's no longer serving a purpose necessarily other than to just survive and to get through. Because you are sold essentially on the lies.
What is that like? What is that like to be okay? I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like to be okay. I don't know what it's like to not need to, wake up and administer something to myself just to initiate my day. Like, I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, there is a point in a chronic addict's life where everything comes apart. Relationships are shot, bridges are burned, careers and jobs are forfeited. And so the wheels have come off the bus. It's no longer financially, relationally, or work-wise viable to live the life. And they hit a point of crisis. Really, how long they stay in a despairing, homeless state varies from person to person, but every person who's going to get well hits bottom. They come to that point of saying, I need to change my behavior and try to recoup the good, satisfying things in life.
I knew I was hurting people. I knew that I looked at a person in the mirror that I didn't want to be. I knew I was a liar. I knew I was a thief and a cheater. And nobody wants to be that. When you get to that point, it's like, okay, now I really want to change. But that thing is so powerful that with all this evidence of why I need to change right at your doorstep or whatever, that other thing is still so attractive, and I don't know how it maintains that superiority, but just the idea that maybe, just maybe, even though somewhere inside you know it's not going to happen, it's going to be bad because it's gotten bad and it's staying bad, you want to return to that place where there was that immediate joy and euphoria, which you can't get there any other way but with this. And it just holds on to you. It just keeps a mighty grasp on you, man. The only thing that was able to really just knock that sucker out of the box and bring me to a place of where I really always wanted to be, which is somebody who I look at in the mirror and say, I like that guy. I like that guy. He's somebody that he was a scumbag for a while. He really was. But I get it. He was attracted to something that lots of people are attracted to, had his run with it, came out of it with some baggage that was hard to get rid of. But in his heart, he wants to be a good person. that person that I'm looking at wants to be a good person, is working hard at being a good person, believes in a God that will transform us into being that good person if we decide that we want to be a co-worker with it.